Hey guys, I'm Siobhan, first year medical resident. So tonight I'm on call and I've been roaming around the hospital and I've been really getting into the Christmas spirit because everything's super decorated. And I actually had a patient that looked exactly like Santa Claus. So it got me wondering, what would it be like to be Santa's doctor? So whenever I see a patient, I always like to look at their file, whether I'm in the emergency department or in the clinic, and in that time, I sort of make a game plan of what I want to make sure that we address that day. So for Santa Claus, we definitely have to talk about Christmas Eve, but I also want to make sure that we make time to talk about his health in general. Okay, so first, talking about getting him through Christmas Eve. So Santa Claus has to do something incredible. He's got to fly all the way across the world. That's going to go from the coldest places to the hottest places, and that really puts him at risk for heat stroke since he's in that really thick winter jacket. And heat stroke can make you confused, it can give you weakness, and I definitely don't want him piloting a flying sleigh in that condition. So maybe he's gonna need to dress in some layers or something like that so that he's not wearing his coat all the time. Another big challenge is that he's got to visit kids on the highest mountains, and that can actually put him at risk of something called altitude sickness, and this can be fatal. You can have a bunch of fluid that builds up in your lungs or even swelling in your brain. And so to prevent that, normally hikers or big mountain climbers will go up a mountain slowly, and it gives the body a chance to get used to these new altitudes. But that's not possible for Santa. So there is a medication called acetazolamide, and that's something that we can recommend to prevent him from getting altitude sickness. Then, climbing down millions of chimneys, he's going to be getting soot everywhere. And you can actually get skin cancer, lung cancer, so I want to make sure that he has a respirator or a mask. And I know it's kind of like kids wearing helmets, people maybe don't want to sometimes, but it's something I'm going to have to be hard on Santa about. It's very important. Since he's traveling everywhere, I want to make sure that he's actually being protected against those things. So if he cuts his finger on the sleigh, I want to make sure he's got his tetanus vaccine. Or if he drinks some water and he's exposed to hepatitis, there's a vaccination for that. Even malaria, which comes in certain infected mosquitoes, he can take a pill each day and be protected against that too. Then I want to make sure that we're talking about how to keep Santa healthy for many, many, many Christmases to come. And a big part of that comes down to his weight. And that puts him at risk for heart attack, for stroke, for diabetes. I know it's not easy, especially for Santa to lose weight. I mean, I don't know if that I would be able to turn down free cookies. So finally, I definitely want to talk to him about his smoking, because he's been in advertisement smoking since the 1950s. And actually, before I went to med school, I thought smoking was all about lung cancer. But actually, you can get cancer in your mouth, esophagus, stomach, liver, even the bowels from smoking. And there's actually a recent study that showed that on average, patients take 30 times to quit smoking. So 30 tries to quit smoking. And so the most important thing is to just keep on trying. And that's what I'm going to tell Santa. Plus, we've got to think about the elves and the reindeer. I'm sure he doesn't want them exposed to all that secondhand smoke. So thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun doing this, and it kind of makes me want to actually be Santa's doctor. So the featured question of the week is, how many hospitals do I work at and how does that work? So in my case, I'm in an internal medicine residency program that has just over 30 residents, and we cover just about 4 hospitals. So it's sort of random where you are month to month. There's no really good hospitals or bad hospitals, but they each do have their own vibe, and you kind of get used to one versus the other. Most of the time, if you're at one hospital, that's where you're going to do your overnight call shifts, but there are times where you'll have to travel from one hospital to another at 5 p.m. just to cover overnight. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below if you have any questions or comments or just want to say hi. So bye for now, and I will chat you guys soon.